So Rob, let's talk, at Rejuvi 45, we always have a picture, right, that's attached to each one of our sessions. And this picture is no different. Or this session is no different, sorry. And the picture this time is of a maze, and it's kind of like a maze on the sidewalk or built into the ground, if you will, and you kind of see 2 feet at the beginning. And my question to you is, as you took a look at that picture, what came to your mind? How did you react to that picture?
Well, so I had 2 reactions, and both speak to my feelings on how I've experienced leadership development in my career. And I may have hinted at some of this earlier, but the first one is I took the feet out of it because the swirls are what got me. So the first thought I had was, remember back in the old cartoons where you had the swirly thing that would hypnotize the people, and
yeah.
So that back to making me sick to my stomach watching that thing spin. And then the other side of it is, going back to, I guess, grade school again, is you always had, either you may have done it too, I know I did, you created your own mazes. You took a piece of paper, you drew your maze, and then you always had the one friend who made them impossible. You could never figure them out. So then it was, that's the other side of the frustration piece of it for me. And I don't want to totally discount, I don't want to discount it at all, the learning development I've had, leadership development I've had in my career. I've learned a lot. I just don't, as we've talked today, just that focused development to enhance my overall leadership skills. I think that's been the challenge, is knowing and understanding, one, what does excellence look like? And then 2, how do I compare against that? And then how do I make myself better and make my team better and my business better?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I did not grow up with people creating impossible mazes. That must be a finance kind of guy sort of thing. My mazes were easier to get through. But I so appreciate your honesty about your reaction to the picture. And I'm going to be honest too, it breaks my heart a little bit that's your reaction to it, because I think we can be so much better. I think we can bring so much to the table. And I'm not saying that the content that we have out there today isn't good. I think there is some exceptional content out there. The good news to me is the opportunity that we have, Rob, to help you as a leader make sense of that maze, right? So as you're standing there just on the tip, right? Just trying to figure out, how do I enter in? How do we make that easier for our leaders? Because we know there's so much going on. We know that their roles are very complex. How do we not add to the complexity and simplify those steps that they need to take, so that that maze is maybe a maze more like what I grew up in, one where you have a shot, right, of getting through, and not only a shot, but it's pretty darn clear, right? It's pretty darn clear the steps that you need to take, and the steps that you take support getting through, like getting to the outcomes. That's what's at the end of that maze. And I think that that's so important for me to hear as a leadership practitioner. The role that we can play in that for the leaders that we serve is so very, very important. But we have to step in, and we have to lean in, or shoulder in is a little bit more how we say it at Rejuvi, because it's a little bit of heavy lifting. And it's some new muscle, and we're going to have to build it. We're going to have to exercise it, and we're going to have to use it. But as I said early on, I believe that it is worthy work. And I believe it's worthy work because of people like you that we get to help. We get to help make sense of it. We get to help target it in a more efficient and fiscally responsible way, but in a way that we get to win, which I think is very, very important.